Hey guys, this is Crystal Lax bringing forth another message for today. I do want to thank my 36 subscribers, and I got over 460 something looks. I know I'm not a big timer YouTuber, but hey, it goes to show me that at least somebody is listening and watching. Well, I want to talk about today a situation regarding you as a human being. And, you know, my pastor always used to train us to think that even when you have the power, the ability to get through to one person, then that's all. Maybe you was called for that purpose, that reason in life. Some people can't reach millions like the big mega churches or big mega motivator speakers and stuff, you know. But if one person gets something out of what you guys say, that's all that matters, right? So today, oh, it's like messages always come with my dysfunctional family. And I think that people need to not be ashamed of having a dysfunctional family. Why would I say that to you? Because people that really knows me knows I like to be real, not just saying it, but actually speaking it. I have a dysfunctional family, including myself. Okay? And it's kind of comical in a sense, even in my own eyesight. But then it's kind of sad because when you see dysfunctional people hurting and they're members of your family, and you also dysfunctional in some kind of way, it's kind of hard for dysfunctional people to help dysfunctional people to see things clear and precisely with clarity. But if people be honest in life and with themselves and really take off the mask of this perfection, perfect little family and perfect little house and perfect little this and that, you'll feel more better. Sometimes I take my wig off and it feels so much better just having a bald head and just that cool air, just breezing on through, you know. Take off all the glam makeup and all that, and I just get myself. And when we begin to take off our glamorous family image that the world wants to see and really begin to show off dysfunctional. Yeah, we argue, but we like to barbecue. Yeah, we have disagreement, but we love each other. Yeah, we hate each other from time to time, but we love each other. Sometimes I can't stand them, sometimes they can't stand me, but we love each other, right? No, back in the days, there used to be a thing about the family, mother, father, and children, or your single mother. And the family bond used to be so tight to a point where you mess with one, you will have to fight the whole entire family damn near, because everybody gonna get you. And what I hate to see in real talk, especially in the black family, We're already dysfunctional. We're already been torn. And to see black family being torn apart even more is devastating. Black families need to stay together in spite of everything. Right? Right? It's hard to stay together if you don't see eye to eye and you're in the same household. It makes everything uncomfortable. And when you have someone that's unwilling to work with anybody, everybody, that makes it even worse. And it makes it even worse for people to communicate with that person because they're either too defensive or they're too critical or they're coming across too rude, too sharp to everyone. So no matter how nice you could be to that person, they're coming across a little bit too disrespectful. So it's hard for you to even negotiate or compromise with a person like that because they're unwilling to compromise and really follow through on what they say. Then when you have family members that's on drugs, right? And you're looking at them and you don't like what you see. And I have to tell you, I don't like drugs. Never. Never. Even though my name have been slandered as being a crackhead, I think people just use that now as just a way to describe everything. Crackhead. Your house is a crackhead. Your shoes is a crackhead. Everything is about being a crackhead. But that can be a very devastating thing on somebody's reputation and their character, because when you say something like that about someone, you're putting that on their name. And if it's not true, that's a defamation, that's slander against their character, their reputation. And then that could also damage and cause them injury, which can lead up to a lawsuit on your behalf. So, but when you see someone like that and you see them in a state like you're saying in your heart, I just want to hug you right now. I want to reach out and I just want to hug you, but you're so where I can't even hug you. I can't say anything to you because everything I say to you is taken out of context as if I'm badgering you or as if I'm belittling you. And I try not to, especially as moms. But every good parent want to see their children do 100% more better than them, or at least come close, or far more better than me. And when you see them going worse, that kind of depresses you as a real parent. I'm not talking about parents that, oh shit, I'm about doing my drugs and drinking and all this shit. Fuck those kids. Fuck them too. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm not talking about that type of parent because they're not going to give a damn about you. They're not going to give a damn about their kids because they can barely give a damn about themselves. But I'm talking about a parent that's been riding from birth, from conception, all the way into adulthood with the grandkids. That person suffered a lot in their own personal life. Like a lot of young people, black young people don't understand that a lot of our ancestors sacrificed, was hurt, was wounded, was killed, murdered innocently, just for standing up for the rights to be a human being. And the only thing that some people can say, man, fuck them. I was never a slave. Yeah, but probably somebody in your family or back in your background was. Probably was lynched, murdered, killed, raped. You mean to tell me you can't give them nothing better than weed, drugs, alcohol, fucking every bitch that you can see? Oh yes, I'm coming hard. Like I said, I keep it real. Fucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you can open your legs up to, because you feel like nobody else gonna love you, or you looking for that man attention but you're not finding it, so you figure that you gotta fuck every man that give you a nice ass word. Where's your self-respect and your self-dignity? At some point you draw the line. If it's not your career, at some point you draw the line. It's just sleeping around for the hell of it. What if you get AIDS and shit like that? What happens? And they can't cure it. What happens? You get something that they can't cure. Because either the female coochie is nasty. Oh, she looks good on the outside. Long, beautiful, curly hair, nice, light skin, pretty green eyes, and fucking filled with STDs. I said STDs. Multiples. And the only thing that you care about is, ooh, she look good. Just because it looks good, it doesn't mean that it's good for you. Oh, he looks good. Yeah. But I wonder, how does his penis look? Is it healthy? Or is it dripping with syphilis while he's looking good? This is some serious stuff, because it's like, not only is our family dysfunctional, but we're being reckless and dysfunctional human beings, especially as African American Black people. We're losing our children to CPS. We're losing our wives, our husbands, our children, our mothers, our fathers to drugs, street drugs. There was a time where we could say no. No, man, I ain't about that. And it's okay. People feel like if they say no, they're not going to be liked, but you're not a teenager. Who cares if people don't like you? Who cares? You're damaging yourself. So what? You're skinny, but you're unhealthy. You're no different than a person that eats cheeseburger every day. Their addiction is food. Your addiction is drugs. How are you any different? The only thing is that it doesn't, well, actually on some people, the drugs are showing on their body. They're getting skinny and skinny and skinny. Same way how food shows up on people's body. They get fatter and fatter and fatter. So it's almost like, skinny people have this thing about calling people fat. But is it okay for me to call you a man or a woman with the AIDS or a meth head? Because those are the image of a crackhead image, meth head image, somebody on drugs, real skinny and real bony, or anorexia. Which one are you? So if you don't like nobody shooting your name out there about you, then you shouldn't be shooting those words out about somebody else, because they got a fuller body. So what? It's not your taste. It's not for you. You dysfunction, thinking on the wrong thing. Dysfunctional thinking, dysfunctional viewing, dysfunctional perspective. It's to keep everything in our life dysfunctional. It's like a demon, y'all. The demon of dysfunction. Uncaring, uncompassion. Look in your Bible. And I want you guys to tell me, when was there a time where Jesus never had compassion and emphasized with the people? Now, I don't like drugs. And I really don't like people on drugs being around me. I have a very low tolerance for it. But then I have a heart that feels sorry for them. Okay? I have a heart that feels sorry. Because you see two people. You see a person that can snap on you in a heartbeat. But then you see an innocent person that's trying to say, please help me. And you're trying to do everything in your power to help the person. And you don't know how, because the words that you're saying is not penetrating them. It's not working. So what do you do? What do you do as a person? You know, it could be your loved one. It could be your mother. Some people have had a upbeat mother. Something happened in their life. And they probably never would have thought about going in that direction. Maybe somebody introduced it to them and them unknowingly took it. Thinking it was weed, but it was spiced with other things. And it became hooked. Now they have harsh chemicals in their body that's affecting the neuron systems, brain cells, nerve system. Now they can't think. They can't see things from a clear perspective. They're dysfunctional. And some people love people to live and operate like that in life, because you know why? It's more easy to take advantage of somebody that's not fully in the right mind than somebody that's very sharp, very clear, very precisely, and will tell you no. And will tell you no. Some people is so dysfunctional that they're feeding this chemical drug to people for what, a dime bag, 20, for these are little bit of ass money. Probably if you get enough people, you probably do make a good sell off of it. But damn, now have a conscience of how many lives you're destroying with this chemical. Because our brain is like the computer. And when a computer get a virus, it goes haywire. That's how people are when meth goes in their system. Chemical filled drugs, you got to realize. Chemicals that you use for harsh material is going inside of a human being body. The brain cell cannot take it. The neuron, your nerve system, will not be able to take it. And some people can barely drink alcohol and their body dysfunctions. So you can imagine someone that takes in this chemical filled drugs in their body. They can't take it. Some people can die instantly. So not only is the person illegally selling the drugs, now there's a possibility for you to go down for the murder of that person. Even though they chose to do it, because I know that would be the first defense. Hey, I didn't twist their arm. That's right, but you knew exactly what you was putting in that marijuana. That's still murder. Matter of fact, I could be wrong, could be right on this. Matter of fact, I believe that it can probably be twisted into premeditated, because you had to premeditate, because you're premeditating in the mixing of this weed, this marijuana. with other chemical filled cocaine, crack, meth, whatever other type of chemical filled drugs that's being mixed in with the marijuana. And then you purposely, with malice intent, purposely selling this out on the streets. So why wouldn't the DA see you as a murderer in the community? A man or woman that's so money focused to the point where you don't care if the person died or not. Compassion of Christ. The compassion of Christ will have your mind and your heart thinking, this shit ain't right. I don't know why the hell I'm doing it. I know I need the money to feed my family. I know that. I think a lot of people understand that. But I think a lot of people cannot understand that if you mixing it, I think they can understand straight marijuana. But I don't think that a jury can understand that you purposely mixed it with chemicals that have, there's warning signs all over, chemicals, hazardous chemicals, and you're mixing this for street drugs. Dysfunctional perspective, dysfunctional thinking, dysfunctional. You're dysfunctioning in your perspective, in the consciousness of your mind and your heart. You're not being convicted of what's wrong and what's right. Because you're probably man or woman looking at my family needs to eat. So you get desperate. Then you got to have regular customers. So you figure in order to keep them regular, I'll just spice it up with this. And I know they'll keep coming back. And I'll always have money. Like going to Burger King, McDonald's, or someplace. Make that meal just right. Got the right ingredients in that stuff. Because they have repeat customers. Perspective, dysfunctional family, dysfunctional people, dysfunctional viewing, and how you see things and how you're doing things, how we're doing things. We got to get ourselves back in alignment. We got to get ourselves back aligned up with the things of God. That doesn't mean for you to be holy, but it goes back to what's right and what's wrong. And Black family used to believe in that very strongly. Doing the right thing, what's right and what's wrong. This world, I tell you that you ain't shit if you ain't mistreating people. You ain't shit if you ain't trying to go get it. You ain't trying to go get this money. Go hold yourself for about $20. Fuck if you get killed. Fuck if you get a disease. Let's go get this $20 from your body. Huh? Enslaving people for sex. Some know that it's not right because you was brought up in church, know about church, know about God. And even in the midst of trying to hang with the world, you are not even feeling comfortable because that's not you. But you're looking at the money, you're looking at the customers, keep coming back to you. What happens when you kill a customer? and they track who they bought that particular drug from. They're coming back to look at you. They're going to trace you down. Because how many other people you giving this to harm and hurt them? I speak on this because I lived in Los Angeles, Las Vegas. And I've been around all kind of people. Drug dealers, drug users, prostitutes, pimps. So I know the game. I know the game. I'm not a dumb woman. I'll play dumb on your ass to get my information. But I'm not a dumb woman. They taught me a lot. If I learn from the people that plays the game, I'm not dumb. I have book, street, and Bible knowledge. And what hurt a lot of parents is when parents try to yell out with wisdom. Because sometimes when you're softly spoken, they really don't take you serious. So you try to yell it out. Can you hear me? That is not the way to go. Turn back. Go in the opposite direction. And then when a person stubbornly, I guess, trying to power or prove a point with their parents, they go in the wrong direction. Anyway, free will, free choice, free decision, right? Dysfunctional thinking, judgment, decision making. I made so many mistakes in that area to the point where I really believed that there was never going to be any hope for me. Really, seriously. I really got to a point where I really started thinking, oh, there's no hope. I'm never going to change from this. And I really wanted to change my life. And it's sad when you start giving up hope on yourself. We got some serious issues. Then I started seeing, like, as time progressed, hours passed, months passed, I started changing and I started noticing I'm not doing what I normally would do or used to do. And I love being to myself. I love my privacy because I love to communicate with God. And I think that that's what you need to do. Communicate with God. When you have nobody else to talk to, God always listens. There's spirits that we can't see is listening to us as well. From God, His holy angels. So, if God truly loves you, like we always sung that song, Jesus loves me, yes I know, then you have to start showing that Jesus really loves you. And I've been in a state where, God, I don't even know why you're here. Why you have me here. I don't see how I'm making an impact in people's lives before I leave. Hell, half the time my kids don't listen. They get themselves in mess. It's a big ass headache when you're trying to instruct or give wisdom to someone that stubbornly, rebelliously won't listen. And in the Bible it says rebellious is a form of witchcraft. So basically they're like enchanting, witchcrafting their own life through rebellion. Rebellion. That could be an adult as well. Rebellion doesn't always have to be rebellion up against your parent. Rebel up against your boss. Your boss knows the in and out of the business. But because you don't like them, or because you don't want to listen to authority, you rebel. And then you get yourself in hot water. Same way with a cop. A cop is saying, okay, you can't do that. It's illegal. But you rebel. You trying to prove a point to a cop. Then you get yourself in hot water. Instead of humbling yourself and listening and say, thank you, sir, for that knowledge. I do appreciate it. Now I know. Because as they say, there's no ignorancy defense in law of I didn't know, right? So I think in order for us to get out of the spirit of dysfunctioning, we got to be real with ourselves and with God and with other people, you know? And we have to really see that the choices that we're making in our lives, is it functioning? Is it helping us to function to better our life? Or are we taking a risk to be put in jail, dead, hospitals? Okay? We have to protect the sanity, or whatever kind of sanity we have left over in this crazy world. We have to try to protect the little bit that we have in the best way that we have. And the same way I talk to you guys on YouTube, I tell my kids the same thing. But I have to tell you, I feel like Moses. I feel like this at times. God gave me an assignment with my children as well. And it's like a rebellious, stiff-necked group of people that never listen beforehand. Only time when they listen to you is when they're in trouble. And even then, they try to talk and override that. But they're reaching out to you for help. Do you know how frustrating that is for God to put something like that on your shoulders? And for him to keep telling you to have patience with these people. Even Moses' patience ran out. I don't know why you gave me this assignment. Because, listen, I'm tired of dealing with these people. They don't listen. They won't listen. They keep getting themselves in trouble. Or they keep getting in all kind of unnecessary problems and trouble. And I'm tired of praying for them. I'm tired of casting out demons. I'm just sick and tired. I'm tired too, Lord. Right? So, I think we just take a breather and do the best that we can as a human being while we're on this earth, and be real about it. We don't have to fit in. Bible says be in the world. Don't be a part of it. And you're getting disappointed because you keep trying to fit in with the world that don't want you. If they wanted you, they would have had you a long time ago. If they really seen something valuable in you, they would have snatched you up a long time ago. So stop doing all of this extra. Buying crazy, outlandish, crazy, ridiculous number of houses because you're trying to impress people that's not going to like you in the end. They don't like you. Matter of fact, sometimes they'll sit up there, oh, you got a nice house, and then go behind closed door and talk about you like a dog. Don't put yourself in a debt situation because you're trying to impress people. Go get these cars that you can't afford. Go buy a house that you can't afford. You know, I'm happy with my little cheap little crackhead house, as they would call it. You know, I'm gonna fix it up as I go the best way I can. I just paint it or trim my outside. I'm gonna paint it, and the areas I can't reach, then I probably have to hire somebody professional to finish it all for me. But at the end of the day, just be you. Ask God for clarity, serenity, things that you can't change. We just gotta give it to God, right? People that we can't change, we just gotta give it to God, right? All right. Talk to you guys later. Miss Flags.